Hello, fifth graders. Welcome to our work on phonics for today. I noticed yesterday I mentioned the objective of working with homographs, and today is the day we're going to take some time to do a little word study. Okay, so we are in our My Word Study book, this trusty book we've been working on since the beginning of the year. And we will work on it in this book for about 2 more units before we receive our new one. Okay, and we're on page 32. All right. And the first step of our work today is to circle 5 homographs and look up their meaning in a dictionary. Okay, now these words that we're focused in on today are homographs because they're spelled the same way. I don't know if you noticed this homo or homo at the beginning of the word here means same. It's a Greek or Latin root that means same. So the words that we're looking at are spelled the same, but they're pronounced differently. Okay, so I'm going to guide your eyes to page 32 at the top. Do you notice that the first 2 words in the upper left side are spelled exactly the same? But there's a different syllable underlined in each word. Okay, the underlined part is what is accented in the word. Okay. Now, I'm wondering, are you pronouncing those in your head? Do you have any guesses? Okay, the first one is project. The next one is project. Interesting that they're spelled the same way. Project and project. Okay, so those 2 are homographs. So go ahead and circle those. They're spelled the same, but they're pronounced differently. And I would guess you wouldn't need to look up those words in the dictionary. Okay, project and project are 2 words that we use in the classroom quite often. We'll project on the whiteboard or we'll work on a project. Okay, the next 2 words, right next to project and project, we have 2 more words spelled exactly the same. And you can go ahead and circle those. That's our next group of homographs. We have object, and then we have object. So object, okay, we have all these objects. But then when you object to something, you disagree with it. Okay, the next example, the word is at the end of the first line, but then wraps around to the second. So we have rebel. Rebel is our first one. And then rebel is the second. And then, right again, we have another group of homographs. You can circle record record. Record and record. All right, now the next 2 words, I want to give you a chance to try to pronounce those in your head. What do you think these words are based on the accented part of the word? Okay, if you said the first one was protest, you would be correct. The second one is protest. Okay, to speak out. I protest. All right, and then let's do one more because this one's interesting. Because even though the word is spelled exactly the same, it's not the syllable that changes. It's the sound that the S makes. Okay, the first one is abuse. The second one is abuse. All right, and the only way you would know that would be by reading the sentence, to understanding the context of what the word is written in. All right, now because these words are a little tricky, let's go ahead and pronounce these together, or at least listen to me pronounce them. Then we're going to follow the same strategy as we normally do on our automaticity list. You'll read through them, okay, and then eventually time yourself for 1 minute to see how many words you can read within that minute's time. Okay, if you have someone else in the house that could time you, that'd be great. If you need to do it yourself, that works as well. All right, so let's pick up on this abuse. Today I'm going to read across, and then I'm going to go down to the next line and read across. So from left to right, and we'll read through these words. So abuse, abuse, conduct, conduct, address, address, contract, contract, permit, permit, produce, produce, subject, subject, reject, address, project, abuse, rebel, produce, contract, project, record, conduct, subject, permit, object, conduct, record, permit, produce, address, object, protest, contract, reject, rebel. Excuse me, I think I pronounced that wrong. It's rebel, abuse, subject, protest. Right, and then I'm going to continue on with the words below the line. If you'd like to read those with me as well, stay on. Okay, if you'd like to do it on your own, feel free to do that. Lead, close, wind, minute, bow, tear, wound, live, perfect, present, reject, sow, or sow, like the type of cow, sow, console, separate, use, project, rebel, record, object, abuse, conduct, address, produce, reject, subject, sow, reject, lead, tear, produce, console, project, close, wound, reject, separate, rebel, wind, live, address, use, record, minute, perfect, abuse, subject, object, bow, present, and conduct. And you probably noticed that in that bottom half, it's not telling us which syllable is accented. So I got to choose which word I was going to say. Now, you really do need the sentence to know which one of those words is correct. Okay, but today when you're practicing, feel free to practice whichever one that you choose. And then when we continue our work on reading, we'll continue to use our context clues to decide which word works in any given sentence. All right, nice job, fifth graders, and I will see you tomorrow.